Maui police officer Suzanne was commemorated at the National Law Enforcement Officers Vigil, and her name was added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. Officer fatally shot in the line of duty while responding to an armed suspect. Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono memorialized Officer who was shot and killed by a ghost gun while on duty. Vice President Vance also recognized her sacrifice during his remarks at the National Memorial Service at the U.S. Capitol.
And Officer was mortally wounded while protecting her community, laying down her life in defense of the people that she loved and served every single day.
Officer was a compassionate and dedicated public servant. She earned a Certificate of Merit in August 2023 for her work responding to the 2023 upcountry Maui wildfires. She also helped recruit Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander women to careers in law enforcement, and she embodied the spirit of aloha.
Officer was also included in the National Police Week resolution, which was passed in the Senate by unanimous consent.